I don't know what it is for you. Maybe it's the promotion. Maybe it's the house, the number in the bank account, the relationship, the body. Maybe it's just finally feeling like you're enough. But whatever it is, sit with me for a minute, because I've been where you are. And I need to tell you something I wish someone had told me 50 years ago. My name is Arthur. I'm 78 years old. And I spent the better part of 5 decades running a race I didn't know I was in. I grew up poor, and I don't mean that lightly. I mean my father worked 31 years on a factory floor so I could have a shot at something better. I watched him come home exhausted, hands cracked, never complaining. And something in me decided, very early, that I was going to be different. I was going to be more. So I became more. I really did. I made VP by the time I was 44. Corner office. Reserved parking spot. My name on the door. And when I finally sat down in that chair, the chair I'd been grinding toward for 20 years, you know what I felt? When you get the thing, there's always another thing. Always. Within 6 months, I was already looking at the next title, the next salary bracket, the next mountain. Because the mountain I just climbed, the one that was supposed to change everything, it didn't change anything on the inside. I thought I'd feel different. I thought I'd feel safe. I felt nothing new. Just another mountain. Here's what nobody told me. And I mean nobody. It was never about the money. It was never about the title. I wasn't chasing success. I was chasing a feeling. The feeling of being enough. Of being safe. Of being worthy of taking up space in this world. And here's the cruel joke. No job on earth can give you that. No award can give you that. No bank balance, no matter how many zeros, can fill a hole that was dug by something that happened long before your first paycheck. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I hit 1 million. I'll be happy when I retire. I'll be happy when the kids are settled. I'll be happy when. That sentence has no end. It is a treadmill dressed up as a finish line. My wife Sandra, God, she tried to tell me. She sat across from me one night, probably in 1994, and she said something I wasn't ready to hear. She said, "Arthur, I don't need you to provide more. I need you to be here. I thought I was being here. I was in the house, wasn't I? I was paying the mortgage, wasn't I? But I wasn't present. I was always already somewhere else in my head, planning, calculating, worrying about the next thing. Providing isn't the same as being present. I know that now. I knew it then, too, somewhere deep down. I just wasn't ready to stop running long enough to feel it. I have a friend, 84 years old, still bitter, still jealous of his neighbor's car, still telling the story of the business deal that went wrong in 1987 like it just happened yesterday. He has money. He has health, relatively. And he is one of the most miserable people I know. Because the chase never stopped. Even now. Even at 84. And then there's Earl. Earl is 86. Earl has almost nothing. Small apartment, second-hand furniture, old truck that might not start in the cold. But when you sit with Earl, you feel something. You feel warmth. You feel like you're in the presence of someone who has made a kind of peace with being alive that most of us never find. Same age, same era, completely different inner worlds. The difference wasn't what they had. The difference was what they'd let go of. I used to think, I'm not proud of this, I used to think that when my life finally settled down, when things got easier, the fear would go away on its own. That I'd wake up one day and just feel okay. The fear doesn't leave when your life gets better. The fear leaves when you change. That's the thing no one tells you. The external world cannot fix an internal wound. You can rearrange every piece of furniture in the house, but if the foundation is cracked, it's still cracked. You have to go inside. You have to look at the boy or the girl who decided they weren't enough, and you have to tell them they were wrong. That's not therapy talk. That's just the truth. And it took me until I was 74 years old to understand it in my bones, not just in my head, but actually in my bones. Here's what breaks my heart a little. And I say this not to make you feel bad. I say it because it might save you some time. I could have done that at 25. I did it at 74. That's 49 years I spent trying to earn something that was already mine. You don't have to earn your own worthiness. You were born with it. It was never something you lost. It was something you were convinced you'd never had. And every title, every achievement, every number you chased was your way of trying to prove something that never needed proving. You're already enough. Not when you get the promotion. Not when you lose the weight. Not when you hit the goal. You're already enough. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. You just have to accept it. I'm still working on accepting it, if I'm honest with you, even now. But the work feels different when you know what you're actually doing it for. If you're grinding right now, really grinding, running on fumes, telling yourself just a little longer, just one more milestone, I want you to ask yourself something honestly. What are you actually trying to feel? Not what are you trying to achieve. What are you trying to feel? Because once you know the feeling, safe, worthy, free, loved, seen, you can start working on the actual problem, which is never the job. It's never the money. It's always the thing underneath. If this landed for you, share it with someone you know who is grinding themselves to dust right now. They might not be ready to hear it, but maybe something in it will stick. And leave me a comment. Tell me, what's your I'll be happy when? I read every single one.